If you're thinking about buying a SuperMax 1938 drum sander from Highland Woodworking, I thought it might be interesting if I showed you the unboxing and assembly. So let's take a look. Not long after you order your SuperMax 1938 drum sander from Highland Woodworking, you'll receive a pallet that looks something like this. Inside each box is one of the major components of the drum sander. One box will have the complete sanding head assembly. Another box will have the conveyor system. Another box will have the open stand, if that's what you choose to order. And if you get the optional in-feed and out-feed tables, those will come in yet another separate box. But each box is very clearly labeled as to the contents, and that's great because you can take the box you need first, which is naturally the stand, open that up, and get right to work. So let's open this up and take a look and see what's inside. Well, this looks like pretty nice packaging. Instructions. Looks like just one page, so that's simple and straightforward. Legs, man, these are heavy. Rails, I assume, cross brace rails, and a packet of hardware. Well, let's get to work. Okay, the easiest way to install this is to lay it out and get a look at it, and the instructions refer to the right hand legs as having a hole. You can see that there's a hole in it. What they're referring to in right hand leg is that as you put these two sub-assemblies together, this will be the leg on the right. See, hole here, hole here. And then all you do is put these little carriage bolts through here. Oops. Put a nut on it, and don't tighten it up all the way. I've got the socket adapter on my Festool, and I've got the tension set down pretty low, so you can just speed this right up. Okay, the next step is to add the long rails, and I think the easiest way to do that is to install them on one end and then stand the assembly up and do the other end. And they go in just like that with the rail on top right here. Now the next step is to install the shelf. Well, after I got this put together, I stood it up and looked at it, and something didn't look quite right, and I made a mistake. You have to look at the pictures and kind of pay attention to the orientation of these pieces. This cross piece goes on top of this side brace piece. If you can see that, it's sitting on top. And I had it correct on this end, and on this end I had it underneath, which is probably why I was having a hard time getting the carriage bolts in on this end. So I took that back apart and put it like it was supposed to be, and now this thing is just, it's rock solid. All right, with the stand assembled, it's time now for the fun part, which is installing the sanding head assembly. Now for this step, you are definitely going to need some help. This weighs 182 pounds. So you don't want to try to lift this up onto the stand by yourself. In fact, the box and everything together is 196 pounds. I barely got it dragged over here into place so that we could unbox it and mount the head. Now I'm waiting on a friend of mine. He's going to come over and help me lift this up, and as soon as he gets here, we'll get the cameras rolling again and we'll go through that step of the process. Okay, the manual does have recommendations on how to unbox this, but since the manual's inside, fortunately Highland Woodworking has posted the manual on their website so you can download that as a PDF file. But what SuperMax recommends is to open the box and then take out the accessories and then slit the corners of the box and lay it down flat so you can get to it and lift it out easier. So that's what I'm going to do right now. All right, you ready?
No, this plastic is going to.
Yeah, well that board stays under there. That's what's, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, up we go. And I'm gonna let you get your fingers out. Wow, this new SuperMax 1938 drum sander is really starting to come together, and the assembly up to this point's not been bad at all. The next step is to add the conveyor bed assembly, and then after that the in-feed and out-feed tables, if you get those as an option, which I did and I highly recommend. We'll put those on, we'll do a little bit of tweaking, and we'll be ready to start sanding. So let's get going with this conveyor assembly. All right, the last step is to get the in-feed and out-feed tables attached. Let's take a look here. They feel nice and heavy. Oh yeah. Nicely covered. Well, I'm just adjusting the in-feed table and the out-feed table to be level with the conveyor system, and the assembly is all done. Now, I guess if I hadn't been setting up cameras and shooting video, the entire assembly of this probably would have taken about 2.5 to 3 hours. Probably could have gone a little bit faster, but I was going slow, making sure that I got everything just right. And I think you'll be able to do this. Other than lifting the head onto the stand, you'll be able to do this by yourself with no problem. I was impressed by the fit and finish of all the individual pieces. All the holes lined up perfectly. Everything was really well engineered. There were a couple of spots in the instructions where I thought a little clarification would have been helpful. But hopefully this video, as an adjunct to the instructions, will be helpful to you. Be sure and click on the product tour video and we'll go around all the features, advantages, and benefits of this unit, and we'll actually put it to work. Look forward to seeing you in that video. Thank you for watching this one.